Natural news: MSG, or monosodium glutamate, is a salt that is chemically converted into a flavor enhancer. Research has shown that MSG, found in most popular processed foods, causes weight gain and obesity in lab animals by damaging the appetite regulation center in the area of the brain known as the hypothalamus, causing leptin resistance. Leptin is the hormone that controls how much a person feels like eating. The fullness, gratification and satisfaction that come from having eaten is completely lost when MSG is consumed, leading to an urge to eat that never stops. A recent cross-sectional study in China supports the conclusion that what was seen in the animal studies also applies to people. Study finds using MSG can cause weight gain. The study, reported in the August edition of Obesity, examined the association between MSG intake and weight gain in humans. Researchers conducted a cross-sectional study involving 752 healthy Chinese people ages 40 to 59. These people were randomly sampled from 3 rural villages in North and South China. 48% were women. The great majority of the participants prepared their foods at home, without use of commercially processed foods. For this study, participants were told to add quantified amounts of MSG when preparing their foods. 82% of the participants were MSG users. Their average intake was 330 milligrams per day. After adjusting for confounders including physical activity and total energy intake, the researchers found that MSG consumption was positively related to increases in body mass index. Weight gain was significantly greater in MSG users than in non-users. For the third of participants using the highest amount of MSG, the odds of reaching overweight status were between 2.10 and 2.75, greater than for non-users. MSG is an excitotoxin that causes brain damage. MSG is a food additive found in almost all commercially prepared and packaged food. It supercharges the taste of food, but not in the way you would think. MSG operates on the brain, fooling it into thinking food tastes really great. MSG is an excitotoxin in the brain, meaning that it overstimulates the brain, causing the production of excessive amounts of dopamine. This creates a drug-like rush that provides a brief sensation of well-being. It is highly addictive, causing its consumers to keep coming back for more and end up overeating. In the process, brain cells are destroyed. Because MSG damages the brain and alters the ability of the brain to respond to the signal from the hormone leptin, that satiety has occurred. It is a prime culprit in the epidemic of obesity that has everyone scratching their heads as to cause. Several research studies have shown that ingestion of MSG induces obesity in rats. In fact, when researchers want to fatten up lab rats for experiments, they feed them MSG because its effect is so predictable and rats will bulk up with regularity. MSG destroys the hardwiring in the brain of a rat like it does in the brain of a person. Corporations that sell processed food love MSG because it makes cheap ingredients taste great. The success of their highly addictive branded flavors depends on their ability to stimulate the brain and create a repetitive response to these products. Instead of creating a quality product that tastes good on its own merits, processed food producers just lace a low-integrity food product with MSG without regard for the negative effects it will have on the person who eats this product. One of corporate America's best friends, the FDA, has said for many years that consumption of MSG is safe, and has condoned its use as an additive flavor enhancer in countless processed and branded food products. Obesity has reached epidemic proportions in American society. The FDA has purposefully ignored the steady stream of research showing its obesity-producing effects. Why is the U.S. government okay with MSG in our food, especially when obesity and diabetes appear to be problems they would like to address? Good question. MSG also promotes liver inflammation and dysplasia. Chronic inflammation is a common theme in a variety of disease pathways, including autoimmune diseases. It is a concern due to its increasing prevalence in the westernized world and its direct correlation with lifestyle factors, particularly the diet. Diet-caused liver damage may lead to liver cancer. In a study reported in the February to March 2008 edition of the Journal of Autoimmunity, researchers reported that injecting MSG in mice leads to significant liver inflammation along with obesity and type 2 diabetes. To address the long-term consequences of MSG on inflammation, they performed serial analysis of MSG-injected mice, and focused in particular on liver pathology. They found that by the age of 6 and 12 months, all MSG-treated mice developed liver inflammation and structural change. Lesions were detected in some cases. They concluded that their results take on considerable significance in light of the widespread usage of dietary MSG and suggested that MSG should have its safety profile re-examined and potentially be withdrawn from the food chain. The FDA condones food